Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Earthlings, as I promised, a second video of the day about Harry, really. Yeah, I saw some stuff last night that came out, and I've seen an even more bizarre thing that has come out literally just now. I will put a link to it. It's BBC News. And it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen BBC publish. I mean, it's not even printed like news, it's printed like a puff piece, way more a puff piece than I've ever seen before. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't the British Broadcasting Corporation uniquely funded by the public with the television licence fee? So, I mean, do they accept money for puff pieces? Is this normal? I don't know. It's all about how in love Harry is and wants to go to California and never wants to come back to the UK. Oh, it's the weirdest weird-ass thing I've ever seen in my life, actually. So apparently, yeah, he doesn't want to come. So we can all breathe a sigh of relief. Doesn't want to come back to the UK. He's madly in love with Meghan. He's going back to California. He adores his life in California. Doesn't want to, you know, all those articles about maybe he could do a little bit of light ribbon cutting, which, oh, isn't that the rudest thing ever? A little bit of ribbon cutting. I mean, it makes it sound like, for example, let's say you got the mayor of, I don't know, some small town. Let's call it Trumpton. It was a kids' TV show, but the mayor of Trumpton. So excited. They've got a member of the royal family coming to cut a ribbon to open a hospital wing, a library, something like that. And so everybody in the town spends all day long scrubbing and cleaning, and they all wear their best, and they put the ribbon, and they've got brand new scissors. I know this might sound petty, but you know, people put a lot of pride in it. They love it when the royal family comes. So to call it, oh, just a little bit of ribbon cutting, well, doesn't that just about size the whole situation up? I don't see any other members of the royal family, and actually particularly Princess Diana took great delight and great pride in visiting towns and cutting ribbons. She loved it. You could see it on her face. It didn't matter if she was doing a royal tour abroad or if she was going somewhere on a wet Wednesday afternoon. She loved it. She loved meeting the people. She was so honoured. You could see that she felt privileged. You can equally see that with other members of the royal family. For example, the wonderful Princess Anne. She just throws her heart and soul into it. So to hear an article trying to pump Harry to return to what they call light royal duties. Oh, bit of ribbon cutting, you know. I'll go visit those peasants, you know, they're bits of dirt. I'll go and cut their ribbon. I'll sling you at Windsor. Do us all a favour. When I was remarking that I do actually believe that separation divorce is the best thing. It's the best thing for everybody. What I was meaning by Harry returning, because I understand a lot of you being panic-stricken when you hear someone like me say, you know, return. I don't mean return to royal life. That is not what I'm talking about. I mean return to England. And let's face it, there's 65 million Brits live in Great Britain. There's plenty of places he can go. He's not going to be in public life. He can just live out his days quietly in the Cotswolds. The royal family, for example, could say, we'll pay your rent, we'll pay your food, and yes, you can have police security. But they don't tell Harry the bit that the police security is actually there to guard him and make sure he doesn't get anywhere near the rest of the royal family, that he stays in the Cotswolds or wherever. Back of nowhere, beautiful countryside. Live out your days that way. That's what I mean. Or he could go to Africa, couldn't he? Or he'd go to France. He could go anywhere. No, not on the balcony. No, never again royal work, or even a little bit of ribbon cutting. God, how condescending, aren't they, really? They just haven't got a handle, either of those nutters. Yes, I'm still quite animated. Just to keep you abreast where we stand at this moment in time. It's Tuesday, isn't it, Graham, today? What's the date today? Thank you, 3rd of September. It's 5:05 in the afternoon here in Spain. In just under 24 hours, I'm going to be interviewed by West Yorkshire Police to give my statement and evidence against the defendant. That's where we stand at this moment. I'm not going to elaborate any further than that on that subject. You can watch the previous video and I'll keep you all updated as much as I can. Depends on what the police say. We were talking about this earlier actually. You know, if we go to Leeds, which we probably are, we'll have to ask the usher, I suppose, what we can and can't say outside the court, like reporting from the court. Well, that's what we're going to do. These people, from Meghan and Harry, for example, who I'm sure are innocent, they're nothing to do with this. They think they're going to go out there in the world and go whack, 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 whack. And then when they get caught, they go, oh, shh, that's all history. Don't want to talk about that. No, I don't mean him returning. I don't mean him even living near any other member of the royal family. For the other members of the royal family, protection from hidden tape recorders, hidden whatnot. Silly remarks that have been made about, you know, only a plane crash away and all that. No. And don't you worry, I don't think King Charles, Queen Camilla, or the Prince and Princess of Wales are daft in the head. Not at all. And I'm sure their advisors are not, and I'm sure their royal protection are not. Oh, no. That is not any deal I could envisage being on the table for Harry. Best he can hope for is a bit of bed and board and live under guard. In private. For the rest of his life. Away from her. Anyway, so he's back in California. I see all these articles. Maybe he is. Maybe there's a Daily Mail article right now. What I would say is I'd like to see, not proof of life, proof of love. We're so in love. Oh, Harry, you're home. She goes running to the airport to meet him, gets papped by, I don't know, TMZ. What was that fella called? Rayner? The one who set her father up. That still works with her. You know, that sort of thing. Yeah, go on. And even if I did see something like that, I wouldn't believe it for a second. I've never seen Harry look so miserable in all the years I've been watching him. Misery on a plate, isn't he? Oh, maybe they do deserve each other. But I do believe that if he continues to be with her, he will continue to be her power base. She'll continue to wield those titles like machetes, left, right and centre, around social media, branding and all the rest of it. We just won't hear the end of it. We are all hoping and praying that this court case is going to be the beginning of something. I don't know what. Let's see where this goes. We're all on this journey together. This crazy journey, and we will see where it leads. And we'll tell you what we can, all of us. As and when we can. So, no, I definitely don't mean that Harry should be allowed to just waltz straight back in. And I'll tell you what, if he ever appears on that balcony, I pray to God the crowds fall silent. That would be the best way to get the message across to the King. Silent. Because they live in fear of losing your support, my support. Constitutional monarchies don't work. I saw someone the other day saying, you know, they wish that some of us would learn what a constitutional monarchy is. Well, we don't have a written constitution in the United Kingdom. Forget the Magna Carta. It's not, no. Doesn't work like that. And one of the reasons that I gave up studying law is because I had to do the 3 C's at London University on the degree, which I never completed. I had to do crime, contract and constitutional. Now, crime, I'm pretty good on that one, as I'm sure you can imagine. Contract, I always hated that one when I was doing A-level law, but I actually, because I hated it, had to work harder and it became quite good at it. I didn't do constitutional law in A-level, and that was the reason I gave up. Because it was, well, we don't have a proper written constitution. These are the rules. But on this occasion you can see that the rules were changed because the public didn't like it, so the monarch didn't do it that way. So that became the rule, but then the public didn't like it, so they changed it again. So it's not a rule. So they change it, they change it, they change it, they do what they have to do to survive. I believe that a constitutional monarchy is probably the best system within a democratic country. I think that it's kind of a safety net, a loose safety net in a way, for us peasants. Let's put it that way. Of course, if it turns out it's one rule for them and another for us, that's going to change. I think I'd probably better wrap it up there because I'm still really angry. I'm hopping mad. They had that Christopher Boozy on their Netflix show. I saw the dog filth that he was tweeting. How dare either of them talk about kindfulness, mindfulness, compassionateness? How dare either of them talk about that? So anyway, I'll leave it there. Thoughts, opinions, etc, etc. I don't know where he is. I'm going to go and look now, see if there's any photographs of him with Megan, so in love, like teenagers. Anyway, thank you very much for listening.